Hello everybody and welcome back to the another match of 4DMWC3 World Cup 3 on finals week. I am Crystal and Serenet. We'll also commentate here with Logan or Oleka. Hello there.
Hello. I'm quite excited for today's match, honestly. This is going to be a really good match, I think.
Yeah, this is the last losers bracket match this week between Philippines and Netherlands. Honestly, what do you think about this match? Because I think this definitely a match that could potentially lead to another tiebreaker, I think.
Yeah, this is, looking at the stat sheet, this is a very, very close matchup. Like comparing scores from yesterday and whatnot, there is, not much difference whatsoever between the teams. And really, there were amazing performances from some players yesterday, and sometimes there were very inconsistent performances from others. So, really, I think anything can happen.
Yep, I'll say so.
Yeah, we're currently just waiting for the lobby to start as we listen to this song.
Yeah, this is the warm-ups by Philippines, I think. Yeah, this should be from Philippines.
Yeah, this is the Philippines' warm-up. And, yeah, there is quite a lot of to talk about between these two countries. I mean, both have come such a long way. This is the 4th place match. Whoever wins this match will be guaranteed top 3 and move on to finals week 2.
Yeah.
And whoever loses will be sent home.
Yeah, and just one step away missing on top 3 there.
It'll be really interesting to see if Philippines can, for the 3rd year in a row, get top 3, or if Netherlands will cause the upset and the top 3 will be 100% different. Both are going to be really interesting cases.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so into this first warm-up, and just pulling up the stats and kind of looking at them again, it's really crazy how close some of these scores really are. That both these teams set yesterday.
Yeah, I saw several picks from Philippines and Netherlands on their match are really close, especially from Netherlands there. They have really some close calls there, not even 5,000 points difference. Like in 3 picks, I think.
Oh yeah, in both I was just talking in relativity to each other, but yeah, in their matches yesterday, both these teams had just insanely close matches. Both had a lot of wins decided by just last-second misses or very close results in general. And really, this is really the point in the tournament where all of the top 6 are so close. It's really just going to come down to who does the best.
And now they have to meet right now in this match, and I expect this could be really close, even closer than the previous match, I think.
Yeah, that's for sure. I think there's going to be a few key players to look out for, and it's really going to be looking at players like Elon Musk on the Philippines, who are very good players who will probably be playing almost all, if not all of the maps, who kind of performed a little bit inconsistent yesterday. Also, players like Too Fast on the Netherlands, Shoira on the Netherlands, who both like can play very on and off. It's really just going to be if they can hone in. Too Fast had some crazy scores yesterday, and then had a couple things where he fell off a little.
Yeah, I think Siricus was also worth mention. He also mostly play on late game there alongside with Eon Mas there. But maybe Siricus is mostly on the Rise player and Eon Mas mostly on LN player there, I think.
Yeah, that's for sure. Silicos is definitely a lot more favored towards the Rice. Philippines is one of their best Rice players. Lawrence Angelo also had some really, really nutty Rice scores yesterday. I think getting 2 FCs, maybe 3.
Oh boy. Is it who's gonna get Rector's Rises? I think. Meanwhile, Netherlands will go for some lungs or anti-meta stuff.
Yeah, it's really just going to be interesting to see how the teams approach the picks and the bans, because I really don't know what I would ban or pick if I was these teams. Because I feel like nothing feels that safe.
Yeah. But a really well-run team for sure, and the ban can be anything, I think. So it's definitely not gonna be predictable on this match.
If I had to guess, Netherlands did ban Passage D yesterday, the mini Jack-oriented tech pick, and probably the hardest pick in the pool. If I had to guess, they're probably going to go for that again, because Philippines definitely showed some strong Rice combo yesterday. And that is something, if Netherlands lacked anything in yesterday's match, they lacked that. They also might consider banning a hybrid because they didn't do that great on Citadel yesterday.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe mostly the rest not gonna be favorable enough for Netherlands compared with Philippines. But for Philippines, they can actually ban anything they're not confident on. But their ally is still strong though. Honestly.
Yeah. I think Philippines would go for maybe a ban on something like Snow Fairies. And here's a nice warm-up. I've seen this map before. It's cool.
Very cool abomination by Danny there.
Yeah. I want to say Philippines would probably go for a ban on something like Snow Fairies, maybe imprinting, just something that the Netherlands is probably going to be very good at hacking. Because I think what we saw yesterday is Netherlands is just very, even if they miss, they are able to hold that accuracy even for a very long time. Yeah, this is just going to be a hype match no matter what, I think. I don't know how to call this match, really. Do you have any predictions on who you think's going to take it?
Mostly maybe Philippines gonna take this, but still, I expect this should be a close match.
Yeah. I guess if I had to put the favor towards any team, I mean, based solely off yesterday's performances, it would be the Philippines. But also, today's a whole new day. So, and also, having to play 2 matches a week is it's really stressful. And actually, for both of these teams, it's the first week they've had to do it. So maybe they're not too tired out, but... Oh, never mind. Philippines did have to play 2 matches last week, getting sent to losers by Malaysia in quarters. Both of these teams got sent to losers by the same country.
Yeah. The same Malaysia team there.
Yeah, it's really quite a surprise to me to see both these teams facing maybe not in top 3, you know? And both at the hands of Malaysia. Just a very underdog country.
Yeah, and on the other side, Malaysia proving themselves really worthy enough to just keep their position in winners bracket on final and guaranteed top 3 already. facing Brazil on next match after this.
Yeah, and that'll be our last match of the weekend, and that'll be definitely something to tune into. Yeah, for people who don't get the context behind this warm-up, maybe, this is a compilation of just all the tiebreakers in the most recent Benelux tournament, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
Kind of fascinating to see. Oh, what were you saying?
Yeah, also, fun fact that Philippines and Netherlands both beat USA on this tournament.
That's also, like, both these teams really do have a lot in common. That's something I didn't even think about in that way. Like, the two teams who have upset the US in tiebreaker, the two teams who lost to Malaysia, like, there's so much just in common that these teams really have. And, yeah. I definitely think they have different skill sets, though, and that they won those matches and lost those matches for different reasons. I know in specific, I know for both of these teams, they both, like, care so much about this tournament, and they've trained a lot for it, and really the team dynamic in both these teams is really interesting because they both are teams that they kind of know each other and they are friends and they care a lot about this tournament.
Yeah.
Don't mean to just quit talking for a second. I'm just zoning out to like, I love a lot of these songs, though. It's just a nice precursor to this match, I guess. Just such intense songs.
Yeah. Really fits.
Yeah, with that, the warm-ups are going to draw to a close, and we are about to see the fourth place match unfold.
And yeah, so both warm-ups already played from both teams, and we start for the actual match.
Really, I think we've already talked a bit about, like, band predictions, but yeah, I really wonder how accurate those are going to be. Like, even though I would maybe consider Philippines more Rice-centered and Netherlands more LN-centered, we could just see, like, a complete flip-flop in that. we kind of saw that yesterday with Netherlands and Thailand. I think by seed and by previous performance, you'd have expected the complete opposite almost of how the picks went. Oh, and we already had the rolls come out. I actually didn't see the first roll.
Yeah, I don't see either, but it seems the Philippines won the roll. Oh, Netherlands roll 29 and Philippines 79. Definitely a win roll there from Philippines.
Philippines won a roll. Hell yeah.
Ben SV1 from Netherlands.
Oh, wow. That is interesting. They did actually play this map yesterday and did not do too great on it under the pressure. And I thought maybe it was just a nerves thing, but maybe they just tried to refine it today.
Philippines been SV2? So
wow.
there will be no SV?
What are those bans? Wait, what? This is not the match I expected a double SV ban.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. I think there was a bit of miscommunication. GTX saying they ban R6.
Hey, the R6? That's been a lost memory.
I think Netherlands missaid their warm-up or their ban. What, like, even happened? There we go, okay. I'm just gonna guess that was what happened. A lot happened in a second there.
Alright, so 5 Rise, 2 Hybrids, 3 LS, and 1 SV in this map pool. And what will Philippines gonna do for their first step?
Yeah, Netherlands not going to take Passage D off the board, which they did yesterday. That is maybe they're a lot more confident versus the Philippines than versus Thailand, which is pretty interesting. And they're going to pick Phoenix as their first pick. And looking at stats yesterday, I guess this pick makes sense. Philippines were pretty significantly ahead on Phoenix, yes, compared to Netherlands, judging from the performance yesterday. But really, this map is so consistency testing, and column locking is a thing on this map. So this is still a very risky first pick, especially picking LN into Netherlands.
Yeah, they definitely challenged Netherlands pick the Netherlands config zone directly there.
Yeah, I think I just hit my mic as I unmuted. Nice. I think I'm excited to see a just really good match. That is what I'm looking forward to with this, and I know both teams are ready to bring it.
And yeah, we will start soon. If Philippines win this, I think it's gonna be huge for Philippines.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a very confident opening point on a skill set that I think a lot of people are expecting Netherlands to be the better one on. And really, Phoenix, though, plays so differently and is a little bit harder than both the other LNs in some aspect that... Either way, though, getting into it, we're going to see Eon, Arcat, and Jerwin for Philippines, Too Fast, Simwell, and Choira for Netherlands. I believe these are the same rosters we saw yesterday.
Well, I don't really remember how's their lineup on this map.
Getting into it, just this opening, not even close to what most of the map is, but it is going to be just a bit of a finger warmer.
Yeah.
Before we get into like the main part. No early chokes, every side getting to the 400.
Yeah, it's just the accuracy drops there, especially on those releases. But so far, 2S40 with 9.75. Leading accuracy compared with everyone else, but unfortunately that's the first drop by Samuel Clumpers.
Not the start the Netherlands wants, but definitely able to be pulled back off of accuracy if they hold. Netherlands, based off of Too Fast, as we saw yesterday, kind of...
That's another drop by Samuel Clumpers.
We saw a very interesting match on this yesterday versus Thailand, Netherlands versus Thailand. Thailand getting a 3-way FC and still losing because of Netherlands having the better act.
My god, and for now, Philippines is still having 3.
And the teams were actually able to see their score difference there. So the Philippines knows they're up. The Netherlands knows they need to catch up. And you can't really tell if the accuracy difference is actually a thing. But, oh, there's going to be a big column block there.
That's a fuck. It goes back to Netherlands on the first halfway of the map. But still, it's not safe lead for Netherlands.
Yeah, those misses were absolutely huge. Too Fast is going to find a miss in their own, though.
Too Fast for you. Jerwin, no more FC on Philippines.
The only FC in the room is Choira, and they're really making a lot of the score difference right now. Too Fast actually having a bit of a higher score, though, even though they missed.
Yeah, His 200 count is really low there with 99.48% accuracy. Definitely carry Netherlands there. Another miss by Jerwin.
But Samuel's gonna trade it.
Yeah, another miss there. Way too fast for you.
Shoira needs to hold. Shoira misses though.
Oh, no more FC on this lobby. But still, let's still hold the lead there. The gap is still stagnated on almost 20,000 points difference.
We're really kind of seeing what happened yesterday, where the Netherlands having a few more misses, but just better accuracy, and the Philippines not really holding their combo as well as they did yesterday, and also having bigger drops. And this is going to get actually pretty close in the ending. Any more misses come out from Netherlands, we can still see it swing, but it's going to need to happen soon.
Yeah.
And that's going to seal it, maybe.
Eon must drop again. He was holding 3,000 combos though. And with that, there shouldn't be any more drops there, and Netherlands will take the first break point actually.
Yeah, breakpoint point one. Very bad sign for Philippines, but
honestly, this should be pick for Netherlands though. It's not a first good pick though for Philippines.
I said it was pretty risky. It was still close though. 20,000 is not that huge. If anything, that can just be attributed to how big Elon Musk's drop was.
And also Jerwin was 16 miss. Well, that's the first point, but that's the long knot. It is much more favorable for Netherlands though.
I just want to say really quick, Netherlands literally just performed within 1,000 of what they did yesterday. Very consistent. Like, deadly consistent. Philippines falling a bit below what they did yesterday by about 20,000, and that's what decided it. So it seems like Netherlands just off to the better early momentum, and they're going to pick LN back into Philippines now after winning LN. This is going to be the LN wildcard pick. You got releases, bursts, a bit of inverse, some jacks
thrown
in.
Frick should join for Netherlands, replacing Shoira, I think.
It's going to be really interesting. I have heard from the server anyways that Freak is having a bit of an off day, so maybe Shoira would stay in. Maybe even like Ready Perfectly had come in, or they really the Netherlands does have a very versatile roster when it comes to LNs.
I don't really know how good Ready Perfectly was on LNs there, so I'm not quite sure yet.
But it does seem like Philippines is going to stay strong in their roster. Arcat, Jerwin, Eon. And Freak will be the one to come in for Netherlands.
Alright. Meanwhile, in Philippines, there won't be any lineup change.
So yeah, very, very relatively close opening break point. We'll see if Netherlands can capitalize off the momentum or if Philippines can completely stop it in its tracks. This might not go well, he says in chat.
We'll see. Hope he prepared for this one.
Yesterday, Netherlands getting about 15,000 ahead of what Philippines got yesterday. Just for note.
Yeah, I think Philippines was losing this on previous match against France.
Yep. Philippines had the lowest score of all four yesterday. Netherlands had the highest, but all were within 15,000. Free gonna have a miss right out of the gate.
Not ready for the first burst there from Frick. Not a good start there, but still it's just beginning. Oh,
Jerwin's
that's a drop by Jerwin.
So we're gonna see 2 minutes. We're gonna see 2 misses in the opening points.
Yeah. They're basically trading misses there.
into these releases. Seems like everyone's holding pretty fine on them. Arcat having a bit of act drop, but Sam Wells right there with him. And Freak just kind of doing lower.
Yeah, because of that beginning drop there. Meanwhile, Arcat, Aeon Must, and Summer Clumper's accuracy is not to provide much. Jawin comparable with Freak there, and Too Fast For You still carry away with 99.7 on the first half of the map, but there's not the densest part yet.
Too Fast came to play just like he did yesterday, really being the difference in the score right now. But he's gonna find the miss.
But the thing is, the score is already getting larger there because of that accuracy difference. So not gonna be enough still for Philippines to chase the deficits, the score deficit there. And
coming into the ending of the map, Philippines is gonna have some combo to gain back, and they're gonna have even more now.
more FC on Netherlands.
Oh, but Eon's gonna miss back.
It threats all to Jawin's drops there, and also Eon Must. The gaps are getting really large right now because of that drops already by Jawin and Eon Must.
Netherlands opened the door for Philippines, but Philippines just missed in response, and Arcat gonna be the sole FC. It's not gonna be enough though.
Yeah, definitely.
Successful pick.
Yeah. Very decisively there by Netherlands, with only 800 by Too Fast For You, 1900 by Freak, and 28 by Summer Clumpers. Meanwhile, on the Philippines, the 200 counts are still a little bit too high there compared with Netherlands players there. So, yeah, Netherlands will take another point on this one.
That was just a very comfortable AC win, even though they had similar miscounts. And something more to note, Netherlands outperformed what they did yesterday. Philippines fell behind by about 20,000.
But the thing is, Price is still not picked yet. Netherlands have to be careful for sure.
Gonna take some PC restart time, and really Netherlands needs to stop, or Philippines needs to stop Netherlands' momentum.
Yeah.
Or are we gonna see a case that we saw yesterday somehow, where Netherlands is gonna get to 5 points, then the match gets interesting?
Oh yeah, 5 points in a row, and then they almost got come back.
That happened in both of these teams' matches yesterday. Literally almost reverse sweeps.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh, and they're going to pick SV2, Door into Summer. We did not see either team pick this yesterday, and this is actually the first time we're going to see it all weekend.
Oh, wow. Is this first time getting picked?
Yeah, first time getting picked all weekend.
Wow.
So we have no info on this, but yesterday, Netherlands did not look great on SVs, which was very uncharacteristic to see of them. And another thing to judge this based off of, this map is kind of similar in difficulty to Chronon. Like, it's not that big of a step up. And some players might actually think it's easier if they have, like, kind of more adaptable memory to faster maps than something slow like Chronon. And so, yeah, there can be some intel gathered there. Philippines didn't get to play Chronon, but Netherlands did. So maybe Philippines is looking kind of at the recent SV performance as a whole from Netherlands, being confident in what they can do. We are going to see the SV specialists for the Netherlands come in, though. Ready perfectly in Night Narumi. I wonder who we'll see for that third spot. If it is going to be Frake, if it's going to be someone else. Oh, I guess Arcat did restart his PC already. I thought we were still waiting on him.
Jerwin.
Uh-oh. Hopefully that is just a panic button.
Oh, okay.
Yep, it is.
It's just client.
Based background.
What is
For
this
those-
background? What
For
type
those
is-
curious, this is the stage 1 for Osenzi a couple years ago, so yeah.
Ah,
Ooh, with that first teleport, Netherlands is going to get quite a small but noticeable act lead.
yep, just a slightly there, still not safe. Oh, it's swing back to Philippines. Draw by Nagnarumi. 10,000
That
points
is-
difference right now.
That's going to be a kind of bad drop. The note count on this map is not that high, and that was around a third of the way in. But
Yeah.
Netherlands is having the ack advantage right now, just slightly. But that combo on a map with this few notes is going to mean more than it will on any other map.
Their accuracy are kind of similar. Arcade with Nagnarumi even misses with a miss by Nagnarumi, and the other 4 players' accuracy is not different by much actually, considering how low the not con is.
Oh, but
Oh, another
Arcade!
miss by Arcade, but still, Philippines is holding the lead though.
That was right at the 400 combo mark.
Okay, the last part here.
This is gonna get deadly close. This is
Oh
going to
my
get
God.
close.
Will Philippines hold it? Will Philippines hold it?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is like a couple 200s of difference right now.
Yeah,
Anything could
oh.
happen.
Not even 4,000 points. Wow.
That was too close to call.
Wow. And apparently there are no misses. It's just the slider break from Nagnarumi and Arcade. It's really close still. Wow.
Look at how close all 6 of these scores are. They are within 10,000 of each other, or 13,000 to be more exact.
Yep. Their score are pretty much same there. Even the lows and the highs is still not different by much. But that Philippines will take their first point. Really a good call there.
Yeah, good call, but it was a close one. Night Narumi MVPing the lobby even with that miss. If they had not missed, that point would have been Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that, we are going to get Netherlands' next pick, and I wonder if they're going to just pick that third LN right now, or maybe if they're going to try and spice it up. They do have good momentum, but sometimes exhausting all your comfort picks right away isn't great.
Yeah.
I mean, and to be fair, it's not like LN is like a complete comfort pick for the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Because, actually, on imprinting, the Philippines got the higher score yesterday.
They have to take at least 1 point on Rise. Whichever it is.
I want to say maybe Netherlands will delve into something like 12 little fragments, but I could also see them just picking and printing, just getting it out of the way.
12 little fragments make favorable for Netherlands, I don't know, but Philippines are also really good on Rise, so I'm not really sure.
12 little fragments was a 5,000 point difference between the teams yesterday. Philippines actually winning it, but I think Netherlands has the ability to hold the ack out on it a little bit more. I don't know. I think if Netherlands would go into Rice, that would be the pick they'd go to, but we'll see. They're going to take quite a bit on this pick. They're just going to... Wow,
Message.
what?
That's a wild pick there.
Yeah, geez. This was Netherlands' ban yesterday versus Thailand. And now they're gonna pick it as their second pick. Philippines did play this yesterday. So we have score info from Philippines, not from France. Or not from France, not from Netherlands.
This one is absolutely hard to get full combo on. So I don't know, they try to choke Philippines while they try to hold their combo at least. But if only it is, the thing is, it's really hard. Everyone definitely can choke on this.
Yeah. I wonder who Philippines is going to bring in for their third. I would assume Lawrence Angelo.
I'll say so. Actually, Jerwin?
I actually forget who played this exactly yesterday. I can look really quick. Yeah, Jerwin did play this instead of Lawrence yesterday. So it is going to be the same lineup. We do not know anything about the Netherlands' performance on this, but if they're picking it knowing Philippines' score, that is a move of confidence. And this is the terrain that Netherlands needs to try and break Philippines on, because I think this is what we'd expect Philippines to be the best at, is these hard rices.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this should be client. So most campers play does show up. Okay.
Here we are. And so this pick, the more mini jack centered tech, and it is brutal.
Early break by Shoira.
Oh, wow.
And I break by some clumpers.
Not the start you want to see, but I can promise there's not going to be 3 FCs on the Philippines. So Netherlands just has to hold.
Still, the gap is already 20,000 points though in the first quarter of the map in favor for Philippines. And meanwhile, Samuel's clumpers actually getting lower and lower there. He's on below 98% right now.
But we're going to see a double miss from Jerwin and Silicosis. And another from Jerwin.
Will it swing back to Netherlands?
We're kind of seeing a case of just Philippines having a lot better act, but now all 3 of their FCs are down.
No more FC on the Philippines side. Meanwhile, 254 is still carrying. Oh, there's another miss by Samuel Clumpers. It makes the gap getting larger than in favor for Philippines. Another miss by Shoira.
Too fast, doing all he can. Can't seem to quite put Netherlands on his back this time, but he is putting up a crazy score right now. Shoira's gonna miss again and again.
They're trading misses. No more FC on this lobby.
This map is absolutely brutal, and we are seeing it right now.
Yeah.
And with that, the Philippines actually going to take that break point the Netherlands got off of them right back.
So yeah, pretty much equalized now 2-2 for both teams. Definitely a questionable pick from Netherlands actually on this one. Because definitely Philippines right is really strong.
I think, yeah, I really think that might have just been an outright mispick, but you never know. Maybe they had just a lot better PBs. Maybe they could throw 3 FCs down in practice, but then you get in lobby and it can really turn upside down. And Philippines actually outperforming what they did yesterday by 30,000 points. That was a huge improvement.
Yep.
Yeah, with that, now it's going to be Philippines' pick with all but one of the rices open. They're going to go right into Ura, the other tech pick. And we just saw the more mini jack centric tech. This is the more stream bursty centric tech. Still a fair share of mini jacks, but yeah.
Yeah, but mostly more streaming at least compared with the previously PSHD, which contained a lot more of tech compared with this one.
And on the paper that the stat sheet is, this actually seems like maybe Philippines' most confident pick. Philippines having, compared to yesterday's performances, a 57,000 point lead. But we just saw Netherlands, or Philippines rather, overperforming what they did yesterday. Same can happen to Netherlands, and Philippines can always underperform a little. But yeah, this pick is so brutal, just because it's, if anything, just because it's OD9 bursts. You can drop so much AC in a literal second.
Yeah. Those are not easy at all to get accuracy on, and also with OD9, it
Something to note: Philippines and Netherlands, I believe, both not having any sort of roster change.
Yep. They're also pretty much same for this technical pick. Client, please.
Oh boy, client can't make up what its mind on what that's playing. Did Silicosis not connect? That might be the issue here. There we go.
We'll try to synchronize everything. We will synchronize everything.
Okay, this is actually a roster change from the Netherlands. They played Frake instead of Shoira yesterday for this. And early on, we see Elon Musk in a break.
Yeah, I'm not sure if... Oh, never mind. It kind of is being weird for sure.
There we go.
So yeah, Philippines still holding the lead.
This is a narrow lead margin, though. All players holding those opening bursts. Who's gonna blink first? This AC lead is going nowhere.
Only 2 players holding 99 right now. This definitely proves how hard this map is to get accurate accuracy on. Oh no, first drop there by Shoira.
Only one drop from all 6 players in the first half. That is impressive. Coming up, this little break has this little LN trill here. We saw a miss on it yesterday. We're gonna see a miss on it again!
Oh, second drop by Netherlands. It's several compers dropping. 20,000 points more. Yeah, at least 20,000 points in favor for Philippines right now. Another drop by Shoira.
And Eon's finally gonna bleed from the Philippines, but they have such a nice lead now. But that could change as German misses.
But still, they're still holding the lead now.
They need to hold. They are gonna get retracted back on Netherlands gaining their combo.
Yeah, the difference are not different though.
And with that, is everyone gonna hold this ending? Wow, that is...
Oh my.
That is just impressive play in general. I expected a lot more breaks in the ending part, but we see 2 FCs, Too Fast and Silicosis, canceling each other out, putting their teams on their backs. It was just the battle between the lower 4 here.
Yeah, Eon must Jawin and Soul Clamper score pretty much similar. It's just Shoira cannot get up there.
Shoira having a few more 200s, a few more unlucky drops. Philippines had more misses, but just a bit better AC, and that's what won it.
Yeah. That's 3-2 for Philippines. They going direct for imprinting the last Ellen map on this map pool.
Yeah, and I think they might need to do that with the situation they're in. Philippines has gone from 0-2 to 3-2 now. They need to put a point on the board. Stop Philippines' momentum. But this is still a very risky pick coming from Netherlands. We're going to see Lawrence Angelo come in for the first time for Philippines. And are we going to see Ready Perfectly coming in for Netherlands?
That's interesting.
We might see yet another roster change from yesterday. This time it would be Netherlands swapping Samuel for Ready Perfectly.
Yeah, anyway, this is imprinting by Sakushiro, not Nice Sky by Uisao.
Yeah, the client is doing a funny. Hopefully it'll fix itself.
I don't think it is. Except we're going for the next pick. It should be fixed after this one.
Sometimes it can fix itself like when it transitions. There we go.
Oh. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, clients being kind of annoying. At least we're not missing matches yet. Knock on wood. But yeah, this pick could really go either way. Philippines did have the advantage on this yesterday, but not by much when looking at stats. Seems like Lawrence having a bit of internet issue. Never what you want to see. But hopefully he can just get right back in. Unless Lawrence isn't playing this time, which would be interesting because he did yesterday for this map. There they back.
We should be ready soon.
Really, I think this point could mean a lot. I think this could either establish Netherlands' dominance in LN that they can then take to hybrid, or it's going to give Philippines a huge advantage that could just put the match away in some ways.
Yeah. This is gonna be huge for Philippines if they can take a breakpoint on this.
We're apparently still having net issues.
Oh boy. Oh, never mind. A lot's actually still stuck there.
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna maybe resort to bringing someone else in, or if they're gonna try a third time. It just seems like there's a lot of connection issues going on. There we go. Maybe this time.
Third time. Third time charm.
Awesome. All right. It seems like everyone's ready to go. And maybe that served as just a few minutes to just calm everyone's nerves.
Yep. Okay, we're ready soon.
Hopefully that's on the client's end and not Lawrence's. Seems like connection worked.
Hopefully. I really worry about Lawrence connection right now. Because it just doesn't show right now. Yeah, somehow Lawrence play doesn't show it. Maybe he's still having some connection issue, I think.
We are going to be able to watch the other 5 players, though, and we're going to see not one, but 2 early breaks from the Netherlands.
Yep.
And we also don't get audio because the audio plays through his client.
Yeah.
But right now, assuming Lawrence is connected to the lobby and is playing and is doing decent, Philippines should have the lead right now.
Yeah, because of that several columns by 254 and ready perfectly there on the first half for the first half of the map. Yeah, we'll just hope that Lawrence score will be stopped at the end of the map.
We're finally going to see a miss come out from Philippines, but Netherlands has had far few more.
Yeah, looking at the accuracy there. Averagely, Philippines still in the lead there in terms of accuracy average compared with Netherlands. Frick carrying, but he's still behind Elon Musk there.
This looks like a good old case of just gonna need the MP link to tell us what's happening.
Yeah, we'll see soon.
We can judge Netherlands' score total right now.
The thing is...
Oh, so Lawrence is apparently literally still stuck.
Oh, no!
We're just gonna wait for a kind of ruling on this, or maybe even see if he just moves. I don't even know what's going on.
The thing is, Lawrence is still in the room, but he's still stuck there. So I'm not really sure. Meanwhile, in Impelling, the score still doesn't show.
Yeah, it's literally just the player got stuck connecting into the match, and
Yeah, this one could be restart if it's the second or 25% of the map already played. But the thing is, he actually still stuck there on the whole map.
Unless he just magically starts playing. We're basically just still waiting on a ruling with this. I think the call here is going to be a redo, but we still have to see if Lawrence is in the lobby.
He should be still in the lobby, I think. There's no sign that he already left the match on the MP link yet. Yeah, apparently they don't get another issue, so Silicosis will replace Lawrence for this one.
That might actually mean a lot.
Hopefully there will be any issue after this.
So yeah, I think the verdict is going to be we're going to replay imprinting, but both teams are going to get to swap players if they so wish. It seems like Philippines is going to have to, and it's the Netherlands' choice for if they want to.
Yeah. We'll see the line up there.
All right, with that, we should be getting back our way into the match. I think the score gap's messed up now, though. Netherlands needs to have a point booped back.
Yep.
It is still 3-2.
Okay, so both team having some lineup change there. In Netherlands, Samuel Klampers and yeah, actually Samuel Klampers replacing Ready perfectly on this one.
And so yeah, all players connecting this time. We'll see how this goes. Too Fast gonna miss. He's missed
yet again.
3 for 3 times in the first 400 notes of this map. I really think that might be a mind block of some kind.
Yeah, I think so because he also get a miss on previous attempt on the beginning part there. Drop by Samuel Klampers there.
And so Philippines gonna hold 3 FCs, and Elon Musk making a huge difference on the accuracy front right now. Netherlands still slightly better act, but Eon doing all they can. Philippines needs to hold their combo though. Netherlands is gonna be breathing down their necks. It's Silicosis
miss. Silicosis first miss. Actually, the Gano getting decreased by slight there, but still in favor for Philippines. Oh my god, this could be close.
It's
flickering.
Flicker in the end.
Is this accuracy better now?
Any sort of drop is gonna decide it. This is not over. A drop in the end is going to be fatal. Netherlands needs to hold, and they can take the point. And it's barely theirs by less than 1,000.
What was that? Even 5 missed by 2 best for you and 1 to the Samuel Klampers. They still hold this one. What?
Elon Musk gonna be taking the MVP of the lobby. That is such a great score. It's really unfortunate we had to see Lawrence sub out there because that was definitely not optimal for the Philippines, but that was still a close fought battle. Sometimes things happen. Can't really talk about the what ifs more than the facts, and the fact is Netherlands won that. It is now 3-3.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not even 1,000 points difference, but if Silicos didn't miss, that could be it.
That was insane. And so
that's something that I don't expect at all.
Netherlands is gonna shut Philippines out on LNs, but that was not a decisive shutout whatsoever.
Yeah, because it's still mostly the more safe picks for Netherlands. They have to get the points on more dangerous picks there, but the more dangerous picks and mostly on the rises here.
And with that, Philippines still has Rice open, but if Lawrence is having connection issues, this could actually be really bad.
Yeah.
We just gotta hope that was a one-time thing, that he can refresh and move on. And Philippines gonna be picking on my own regardless. If I remember correctly, this was their first pick yesterday versus France.
I think Netherlands was also picking this against Thailand.
Yeah, this was played in both matches, and the scoreline in both the matches being very, very close. It is within 10,000 points between the two teams here. Both teams winning this against their opponent yesterday, but only one can win now. Little bit of a correction. It was actually France's first pick yesterday versus the Philippines. But yeah, regardless, this was played in both matches.
Yep.
And at this point, this was kind of played earlier in both the matches, if I remember correctly. And now it is getting later in the match. We are an hour in. Players are getting more tired. I think it's going to come a lot more down to like physicality-based shit missing rather than what we saw yesterday of just holding the AC and the FC.
And here we go. Map number 7, fourth pick by Philippines.
Yeah, with that, it seems like we're going to have Lawrence stably connecting in this time, which is really, really nice to see. You never want to see a team be at a disadvantage.
Yep.
And this is going to be very close. This first 400 combo just going to be a bit of a breather for the teams. Main aspects of this map is there's 3 main speed sections, and each time they get longer. Seems like Netherlands gonna have the slight AC lead out of the gate, but that can change with any sort of 200 drop or miss. Too Fast with a 99.93 really being the reason the Netherlands has that AC lead. Too Fast had a crazy performance specifically on this map yesterday, getting a 991k. And into the first speed part, here we go. Philippines started to draw that AC lead in, but then Elon Musk broke, and that is going to be the only break on the first section. And yeah, with that, that is going to give a slight score advantage to the Netherlands. This is really just going to be time for them to calm down into the back half of the map. The second and third sections, much longer, much more brutal. And yeah, coming into the second part of the map now, we'll see how this stands. 1 miss on the board now.
Still no drop. Oh, that's a drop by Elon Musk.
Eon being the only drop this whole match so far. And Netherlands playing flawlessly. As I say that, though, Shoira's gonna drop! But that's only 1 drop as opposed to Eon's 2.
2 versus 1. The accuracy, I think, still not different by much there.
Philippines has the ever so slight AC advantage, but I think they're gonna need a miss from the Netherlands.
It goes down to the last part of this map.
And this last speed section being the longest and most brutal of them all. 2 choruses and then like a bridge section.
And here we go.
Too Fast and Shoira gonna miss, and that's gonna swing it if Philippines holds.
Oh boy.
Samuel has to hold for Netherlands. 2 of the Philippines FCs have to hold, but Lawrence is gonna break. The 2 players we saw FC this yesterday, both gone.
God. Oh my god.
Everything's gonna be decided
by just a slide.
Last part. This is, you cannot call this.
Yeah.
Okay, this could literally come down to shit misses right here. They cannot let their guard down. Sprint through the line. Philippines has this by so little.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna jump back if someone misses, and no one does. Philippines gonna barely take it.
Oh my god.
With a 9 200s FC from Silicosis. Samuel doing their part, but
Oh, what is this? 1,400 points difference in favor of Philippines. Netherlands almost get it, but unfortunately on the last part, 2 misses from Fast 4 and Shoira is enough for Philippines to chase the deficit score there because of that of the misses by Elon Musk. Wow.
both teams outperforming what they did yesterday by over 10,000. Very,
And
very
Netherlands going directly for
performance.
12 little fragments.
And this was the point that we saw Netherlands and Thailand go to battle on yesterday that sealed that match out. I think we're going to see yet another close brawl here. Looking at the score gap from yesterday, Philippines only won versus the Netherlands relatively on this by 5,000. Interestingly, though, Philippines losing this to France yesterday, Netherlands winning it versus Thailand. And this late into the match, we saw Too Fast say in the chat that he got a little bit cold. The players could really start cooling down right about now. We are an hour and 10 minutes in, going into the 5-minute long stamina map. And regardless of what happens, this is not going to be over after this map.
I'm still waiting play from Elon Musk there.
Everything should sync back up. Ooh, we see a nasty act drop from Lawrence right off the bat, but will that decide the lead? Looks like it will. So right off the bat, slight lead to Netherlands. Ever so slight.
But Shoira's accuracy is actually lower than Lawrence right now. Oh boy. He's below 99.
Oh, and a miss! That has to be nerves. Shoira has to pick themselves back up right now. That was before the 400 combo mark. So misses now are going to matter much, much more.
Yep. Shoira trying to build up.
Samuel gonna find the next miss, and this is gonna look bad for Netherlands in this opening, but they just have to hold. Eon gonna trade that miss. It's just gonna be that early miss from Shoira deciding the lead now.
Still only 7,000 points difference in favor for Philippines at the first quarter of the map. Another miss by Shoira.
And that's gonna be really bad. And Too Fast too. That is Netherlands kind of imploding in the opening. Meanwhile, Philippines holding 2 FCs and the 2 highest acts in the room. But Silicosis is gonna break. Lawrence being the sole FC already. I think both teams doing a bit worse on this than they did yesterday. And the stamina factor, it's really showing. The nerves, they're showing.
Oops, that's another miss by Elon Musk.
Eon and Shoira just kind of trading back and forth with misses. It's going to be the other 4 deciding the scoreline right now. And we're about to get into the non-stop jump stream. We'll see if this catches anyone off. Everyone seeming to hold just fine in it for now. Samuel having a bit of rush. And Eon's gonna miss right before the break. That is bad.
11,000 points difference in halfway of the map in favor for Philippines. It's still not safe yet, but as long as they can help the full combat in the last part, it should be safe for them.
Right now, they have to just... Eon has to focus back in. Netherlands is going to be roping in some score lead throughout this whole break, just as we saw them do to Thailand yesterday. Lawrence really being the difference maker in the room right now. Both teams really just need to use this break to fully focus back in. Their hands have to be feeling the drain, but they cannot let it get to them. This would be a huge break point for the Netherlands. This would put the Philippines at a guarantee of a tiebreaker. We're seeing Too Fast slightly catch up to Lawrence in the ratio department in the slow part.
And yeah, here we go, the last part of the map.
And Eon's gonna find the break right out the gates. That is gonna make it go very close.
It's getting close, but still not by much there.
Philippines, if they miss one more time, it's gonna swing, but Too Fast.
Oh, Too Fast for you.
Not having the performance he had on this yesterday, and that is what's costing the Netherlands right now.
It's getting larger now, still 10,000 points difference.
And coming into the ending part, non-stop hand stream. Very light hand stream, but hand stream nonetheless. These trills can throw you off. But every player being strong and holding. And it seems like this is gonna be for the Philippines. Netherlands gonna get a crippling break point. Philippines gonna secure the tiebreaker. Lawrence Angelo, the Seoul FC.
Yeah, Lawrence being the only full combo on this lobby.
And with that, the Netherlands is in quite a bit of trouble. This is going to be the Philippines' last pick of the match, regardless of if they win it or not.
Yep. I think Philippines is gonna finish it quickly. But I think there's one race left and two hybrids.
There's Epic Fantasy left. There's both the hybrids left. Yes, that's what's it. And so Netherlands actually put up quite a good performance on Cool Fantasy yesterday. We'll have to see if they can maybe do it again if that gets picked. But also, Philippines has Citadel to pick, and I think Citadel might have been a very notably shaky performance from Netherlands yesterday.
Yeah,
but also they could pick Summer. That has not been picked yet this whole weekend.
Yeah, it should be Loli Fantasy or Citadel for Philippines.
And this is... I really don't know what I'd do in this case. Like, you have to pick one of Netherlands' best Rices, or you have to pick a hybrid when they've swept you on LNs. And even though they might not have done that great on Citadel yesterday, anything can change. And they're going to pick Citadel to try and close it out. This is the more rice-based hybrid. A lot of bursts, some mini jacks, and also you have to deal with going back and forth between those and releasing some LNs.
Yeah, definitely they try to attack Netherlands because Netherlands on last one is not confident with this.
And Netherlands fighting for their tournament lives, fighting for their shot at the podium. This is not the first time the Netherlands have been at match point, though, or have been at match point against them. They overcame the US. They have to overcome again.
Netherlands have to win. If they want to win this, they have to win 3 picks in a row, includes tiebreaker.
Seeing tiebreaker would be so insane between these two countries, and I do not know which way it would go. We're just trying to figure out the rosters right now. Too Fast Freak and Samuel was the roster for this on the Netherlands yesterday. Philippines roster, I am checking now. It was these three, Jerwin, Eon, and Lawrence. See if Netherlands changes it up. And yeah, Netherlands really just thinking about their third player right now. This could mean everything. And they do have quite a few people to pick from here. Between Ready Perfectly, Shoira, Freak, all three of them can handle it. Freak's going to be the one stepping in.
The thing is, the top player on Netherlands have to keep up with the other players there, or else that won't be a good sign for Netherlands, I think.
And we should be getting into it now. All players in the lobby.
Map number 9, last pick by Philippines. If Philippines win this one, this will be the last map on this match.
Yes. Jerwin, Eon, Lawrence Angelo versus Too Fast, Samuel, and Frake. Who is going to take it? This could mean a lot for either side. If Netherlands wins this, they have other picks to go to. This is for the podium. This opening just being kind of very serene, just some release LNs, not catching anyone off, but now we're going to get into the bread and butter. And Samuel going to find an instant drop.
Oh. This first drop directly by Samuel, unfortunately.
And Freak too. That is a bad sign for the Netherlands off the bat.
Yeah, 20,000 points already. Almost 30 actually.
In that first part, Samuel cannot give up. Lawrence drops back. So we see two FCs on either side. It's really just the other four players making the difference right now. Too Fast doing all they can.
Big. The gap is really big right now, 35,000 points in favor for the Philippines until halfway of the map. Another miss by Samuel, not gonna help there for Netherlands side.
It really just seems like the burstiness of this map catches the Netherlands off guard.
Yeah. The burst definitely attacks Samuel there. As time goes on, his accuracy getting lower and lower there, unfortunately. Meanwhile, on Philippines side, they're still holding solid accuracy for every players there, even misses by Lawrence and Eon. Still in 99 pace there.
Yeah, all three Philippines players within like 0.1 of each other. Netherlands having a whole percentage difference in their scores, and it is making a big difference. And coming into the ending, it seems like there's blood in the eyes of the Netherlands. It seems like Philippines is going to be making the podium for the third year in a row.
the gap is really big, and 70,000 points. I don't think Netherlands can catch on this one. And with that, Philippines will secure the top 3 on 4DMWC World Cup 3. That's an absolute win there, looking at the scores there by Philippines.
Yeah, the most decisive win of the whole match being the last one. And with that, Netherlands fighting hard, fighting very valiantly, and they've improved so much as players, and they've improved so much over the past year, and you have to give it up to them. This Philippine roster, though, they got the upper hand today.
So yeah, congratulations for Philippines securing top 3, still keep their position losers bracket, and Netherlands will get eliminated from this tourney on finishing them in position 4.
Exactly, and this is the first time we've seen Philippines be in top 3 but not getting to top 3 through winning up to winners finals. They've had to fight in losers ever since quarters.
Yeah.
And they overcame the country who made it to winners semis. And Philippines in the past 2 weeks, they have beaten the US, France, Philippines beat the Philippines, nice. They beat the US, France, and the Netherlands. 3 countries that a lot of people thought would win. They are causing upset after upset after upset. And I think we could see even more from the next week, but they have done their duty for this week. We have one more match, and it is the winners bracket match. It's going to be Brazil versus Malaysia.
It is 1.5 hours from now, I think.
And that match is... I am very, very excited. I think seeing the late game transitions for both of those teams, both insane late teams, is going to be just insane to watch. And you guys should come watch it. But for now, I guess we'll be signing off. Any last words?
Yeah, stay tuned for the next match because, yeah. Anyway, don't forget for the showcase, by the way. For the Maple Showcase or the Grand Final.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that, don't worry. I didn't quite. Man, if the match runs this long, we might have to freaking extend the showcase time. It is 2 hours afterwards, though, but either way, we have seen 3 very close matches. Will we see a 4th? I think we will. So tune in 90 minutes for Brazil versus Malaysia. I have been Logan. This has been Serenade. I just introduced you for you. My brain's gone.
Alright, anyway, see you guys for the next match in 90 minutes from now.